Are you stuck in a retired style rut? Now, I love clothes. I've always used clothes as an expression of my creativity. And I think this is the perfect time of our life where we can strut our stuff in any style that we choose. Wearing fun clothes that express you now that you are a retired woman, footloose and fancy free. So I'm going to walk you through some looks that I have selected over the course of time, whether it was traveling with my hubby or just going out on a date night or date day. So I'm going to start with dresses. Dresses, I feel like, are the easiest way to just throw something on, whether it's color, whether it's pattern, whether it's baggy, whether it's fitted. I think a dress works in any occasion, and now we can kind of dial down the look of a dress. It doesn't always have to be dressy. In fact, you can wear a dress with sneakers now. I think it's crazy how women are just wearing sneakers all the time with anything, and I think wearing them with dresses is perfectly fine. This first look is this kind of green chemise, V-neck in the front, V-neck in the back. I put a little camisole underneath because I just don't really like anything too plunging. I've always been pretty modest in that department, but this was a look I wore when my husband and I were actually celebrating our 36th wedding anniversary. I just wanted something easy breezy to throw on. Now this time I wore it with a pair of slides that I will say were uncomfortable. I've worn this same dress with sandals and with the sneakers. So feel free to kind of step out with anything on your foot. Just make sure it is clean, it looks good, and that it's comfortable. So that's my first look. My second dress look is I kind of went for a little bit more sophisticated look. I will let you know, I don't spend a ton of money on my clothes. There are so many options now, whether you're getting, pieces online, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. For this particular dress, we were in Aspen and we were going to a nice dinner. I loved the dress because I felt like it was a painting. It was colorful, but still a little subdued. And I think strapless is always kind of a fun way to amp things up a little bit. And I paired it with a funky pair of sandals with a block heel, and I felt good wearing it. And I think that is so important. You might not always feel comfortable. You might think something's maybe too loud for you or too printed, but take a risk and maybe you will be surprised at just how comfortable you feel in it. When I do a strapless or something fitted like that, I always do a body shaper. Body shapers are important, I think, from really any age. They just kind of smooth out all the lines. They're not the girdles that our mothers used to wear. So make sure you get some shapewear. There's some great stuff out there, many options. My third dress, it really is like a painting. I just thought it was artsy, it was flowy, kind of had the sundress effect with the tied straps. I wore this out on a trip as well, paired it with my sneakers. I could have put sandals on, but sneakers, I think sometimes are just the great way to go, and it kind of makes the look a little more relaxed, a little more sporty. But I really had fun with this dress, and I bought it on Amazon. So just put in the search of, abstract print dress, sundress, and you will be surprised at all of the options that appear. And I do love the A-line effect. Didn't need a girdle for that. Didn't need shapewear for this dress. But it's a lot of fun to wear, and definitely, I don't know, it just kind of gives you a little extra pep in your step. And kind of on this other look, it's a little more put together in a way that, a little more dialed down, I guess. But with the floral applique top, I loved this when I saw it. I thought it just spoke spring, freshness, femininity, and I wore this to a home party that my husband and I attended, and I just paired it with a because there was so much going on top, I kind of made it a little more quiet on the bottom with just, as you see, the ivory kind of faux silk pants that had a button at the ankle, so that kind of gave it a little interest below. And I did pair it with a funky, fun sandal that incorporated all the colors in the top. And I found that top I think that was at a TJ Maxx. So be on the lookout for those little fun pieces, whether it's online or in the store. I love my workout leggings, as maybe you do too, but I think you can wear them in a way that kind of looks put together and doesn't look like you're just left, your workout class. With these, I've got my sneakers on, my workout sneakers, because I think we were on a hike, and layered it with a long sleeve, kept top to bottom one color because that elongates, slims, and then I'm always wrapping something around my waist or over my shoulders just for a layering option. If the temperature gets cool, whether it's in a restaurant or, outside, but I think it just kind of pulls it together and makes it look a little bit more intentional, like you thought about what you were putting on before you stepped out the door. So I hope these date looks give you some ideas. I think layering is key. My last and final look is definitely all about layering. You can tell that I like print, and I've become more more attracted to prints. It seems like since I've gotten older, I used to be pretty much solid, but I don't know, I think we get to an age and we're just maybe expressing ourselves a little bit more, whether it's through our clothes or communicatively. But this jacket is kind of a kimono style jacket, almost could be used as a robe as well. And again, it has print and color. So you have options on what to pair it with. And I don't know if you can tell in this picture, but I paired it with a Kelly green cropped kind of jean-esque pant. And then again with my faux black Birkenstocks. Both the shoes and the kimono style jacket were found on Amazon. And I just put an ivory whitish tank underneath. And I think it's always fun to kind of mix things up a little bit in regards to prints. So that's why I put the animal skin printed belt on it, just to kind of, give it a little edge. So don't be afraid to kind of try new things out, mix your patterns. There are no hard, fast rules these days. I think it's so liberating. Remember when, this was the skirt length, and if you wore something different, it wasn't in style. I think everything's in style now. And especially if you feel good in it, if you feel like it expresses you and reflects you, I think that's what's most important. But don't be afraid, as I said before, to take a few risks style-wise, because you just might enjoy it. And this is the season to do that. Step out in style, step out, be uniquely you, and wear whatever the heck you want, but kind of, make some effort. Because when we put something on that looks good or reflects us, it makes us feel better. It helps us put our best foot forward. And that's what you should be doing in this retirement season, putting your best foot forward. And I sure hope you will. And I sure hope that you'll come back to the Empty Nester for more retirement content, whether it's fashion, home, struggling, celebrating this wonderful season that we are in. Until next time, be blessed.